What is going on, everyone? It's Angus of Boss Fitness, and welcome to this video. We're going to be rocking out today a full day of eating, cutting style. As you guys have seen from my last video recently, I did one of a refeed, and that was on the weekend just gone. It is Tuesday, I think it's the 15th of November, I think. I'm shocking when it comes to dates. Yeah, so I'm going to be walking you through a normal sort of day for me, so a weekday. So in other words, I'm not going to be going out anywhere. It's all going to be house-made stuff. My current macros and intake goals at the moment are 2,423 calories. I'm aiming to get in about 170 grams of protein at the moment, and you know, fat and carbs are sort of free play, and making sure that I get in at least 25 to 30 grams of fiber, and everything else I don't really care about. So, and by that I mean I'm not stressing out about when I'm eating, I'm not stressing out about portion sizes, I'm not stressing out about how much sugar or sodium I'm having. I'm just enjoying it, because the idea is that this is flexible dieting. This is supposed to be enjoyable, this is supposed to be sustainable, and in my case it needs to be very sustainable, because I'm going to be cutting you know, throughout the rest of November, throughout the rest of December, January, February, and then competition in March. And I'm just freaking out at the moment because look at how I guess this is, you know, the first time I've ever been this fresh shaven. Literally shaved about 30 minutes ago. Pretty interesting, but you know, baby face Angus, I guess. Hey, we all go through it. Those of you that are guys tuning in, but yeah. So I'm not going to be eating until about 1 or 2 o'clock today. We've got lots of work to do this morning. I'm going to be using some of this to keep me going, if you can see that. So this has got about 5 kilojoules per serving. So in other words, it's that ridiculously low that I don't even bother tracking it. And I will be having it here. I've already drunk about 500 mils. You can see this is Big Bottle Co. Absolutely awesome. Love these guys. BPA free. Jugs are absolutely fantastic. So I'll be chugging away at this. We'll have this whole lot, and I'll see you guys for meal number 1, and we'll see what's for lunch. And get excited, it is meal 1 time. The day has actually gotten away from me quite a bit on this Tuesday. I smashed all my water, and you know, as the saying goes, when you get stuck in the zone, and you know, time flies as you're having fun, as they say. So it's actually about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday. The date actually is the 15th of November. I always forget the date, but it's basically lunchtime for me now. Let's get some better lighting. Let me walk you through what I've got together. So this is obviously going to be one of my more nutrient dense meals of the day. Typically sort of bro food type stuff, as the saying goes. Some various veggies that I'll be using. I'm going to use about 1/4 of this avocado. I'm going to use the whole carrot, 1/4 of this onion, the rest of these black beans to get some protein in. I'll be using most of these sun-dried tomatoes. These are absolutely yummo. If you're in Woolies, get amongst these. Use up the rest of this roasted pumpkin. Got about 235 grams of this bassa fish fillet, which I'll show you how I cook. And yeah, this is going to be meal 1. Guys, this is Angus doing a nice little voiceover, so thanks so much again for tuning in to watch this video. You can see here that I'm using some fish with this salad, and this is bassa fish fillet. So I get this for $5 a kilo from my local IGA. It's absolutely amazing. You would have seen a quick bit of footage there with me whacking it on the pan. So all that is with a bit of salt and pepper, with a bit of olive oil spray on the pan, and then just cooked on low with a little thing over it, and that's just yeah, being cooked while we make this salad. So nice and easy and super duper yum. Right, so meal 1 is ready to rock and roll. We've got ourselves a beast of a salad, as you would have seen. This is some shredded carrot and all the works. I'll be stirring that up and getting tucked into it just shortly. My lovely semi-steamed bassa fish, which literally is only just seasoned with salt and pepper. I'll show you the macros for this meal. Let's just get that reflection out of the way. There we go. So we've got our spinach, we've got our sun-dried tomatoes, we've got all of it right there. Whoops, I'll go back. If I flip it for you, let's see the macros that we've got. So we've got 464 calories, 35 carbs, 12 fat, 53 protein, and 14 fiber. Let's get stuck into eating this, shall we? Yeah, and here we have me munging away on this salad, and the only reason why I like eating salads for my meal 1 at the moment is just because I can get such a large volume for very minimal calories.
and just so nutrient dense. This is what allows me to hit my fiber easily, and what keeps me full for a decent hunk of time, but also because it's coming into summer here in Australia, it's not really cool to have something, you know, not really nice and heavy, but rather something light that keeps you full so that you can get on with the day. That's how I'm pretty much rolling at the moment. So there we go, guys, meal one down. That only took me about 9 minutes to finish. It was that nice. Drank about 600 milliliters of water, so that brings my total for the day to like 1.2 liters at the gym this morning, plus what, 2 liters during the day, so that's what, 3.8 liters, so on point. Gonna be doing some work just now. Remember to take the dog for a walk, and I'll see you guys for meal 2. Rightio guys, it is now almost 5 o'clock. I had a nice walk with my dog, got some work done, and yeah, feeling keen for a bit of a smoothie because it is still hot, given that it's on the approach to summer here in Perth, WA. So I've already sort of pre-made and got my stuff together for this beast of a smoothie. Going to be using a NutriBullet. As you can see, we've got some spinach, got some banana, got some blueberries, some yogurt, and then some protein powder. So the powder I'm using is a free sample I got from Bulk Nutrients. If you're in Australia, these guys are awesome. Get amongst them. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but this is just the stuff that I use. So I bought 5 kgs of powder from them recently, and that's the free sample I've got. So we'll see how that tastes. This is the yogurt that I'm using. This is literally the most macro-friendly yogurt I've ever seen. As you'll see here, less than 60 calories. There we go, per serve, you'll see, absolutely awesome. I highly recommend getting amongst this stuff if you can find it. And obviously the blueberries are by Creative Gourmet. These guys are champions. So I'm gonna blitz this up, and yeah, let's get chugging. So this smoothie, guys, this is something that I'm actually having almost daily at the moment as well. You can utilize ice to really bulk up the smoothie itself, as well as water, rather than wasting calories on almond milk and stuff like that. So this is very nutrient dense, and so yeah, you should give it a bash. And there we go, bon appetit. On point, yeah. So let me show you the macros for this. So in mine, I've said this is Arvo Snack. So we've got the 30 grams of whey, we've got the banana, we've got the spinach, we've got the blueberries, we've got the sole, and obviously the Walden Farms is 0 calories, so I don't track it. Given that the serving size is only so small anyway, so we flip that sideways, we'll see that we've got, there we go, 38 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, 31 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fiber. So I'm going to get chugging on this lovely smoothie and watch a bit of South Park and chill for a bit, and I'll catch you guys for tea time, which will be meal 3. Rightio guys, it's time for meal 3. I'm super hungry. It's about 7 o'clock. It's dinner time. Let me walk you through what I've basically pieced together in my head. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a tuna pasta type dish. What my plan is that I'm going to be using a NutriBullet to blitz up some of this. This stuff is absolutely amazing. The rest of these crushed tomatoes, some pumpkin, so I'll be blitzing that up in the NutriBullet, and that will form the sauce. I'll then be using probably about 200 grams of this tuna and spring water. That obviously won't be blitzed up, that will just be in the mix, along with some of this awesome red peppers. Obviously in Australia we call them capsicum, but you American guys will let you off. And then obviously to bulk it up a bit, I'll be using some mushroom and onion. Instead of pasta, I thought I'd use my spiralizer. Haven't used this in a while, but I'll show you some footage of using that in a sec. I'm going to be using 2 zucchinis. This is a means to be able to bulk it up without many calories at all. So I'll show you some footage of me cooking the meal and the macros, and we'll get stuck into eating it. And here we have dinner time, my second favourite meal of the day. Absolutely awesome, and you'll see me here rocking out with a spiralizer. So this is something that you can actually source online fairly easy. and yeah, you can get it on eBay, you can get it on Amazon. They're pretty easy to source, and you can see here that it's pretty versatile for making, you know, like spaghetti and all sorts out of the vegetables that you use. I was having a hard time getting it started at the beginning because I didn't realize that the zucchini that I was using was a little bit old, but hey, you can see there's some wicked volume of zucchini, and I'm pretty sure that whole lot was only like 50 calories, so a really great substitute for pasta when your macros and calories are getting fairly low. So understand, guys, that this is just stuff that I've chosen to eat personally. No one has chosen this for me. It's just stuff that I've put together that's allowed me to you know, meet my targets, meet my personal intake, and as a result, this is such an awesome way to be living in terms of flexibility, you know, rather than restriction, because in today's day and age, we're all about you know, cutting out things in terms of cutting out sugar, cutting out carbs, cutting out gluten, you know, and stressing out about the small things like meal timing and stuff like that. I'm someone that heavily stands for flexibility rather than restriction, and equipping people to be able to help them to understand how to make food work for them, so that therefore they're choosing foods that fuel them for happiness and for lifestyle. So in other words, literally every single thing that I've chosen to eat here has you know, been stuff that I wanted to eat and stuff that I fucking loved eating so much. But yeah, here we go, dinner time. Let's get stuck into it. Meal 3, it's dinner time. Get excited. You guys saw the footage there. This is a kick-ass high volume dish. Let me flip around and I'll show you how it looks. So we're using zucchini noodles to be the bulk of this dish, and this is what gives it a heck of a lot of volume for not many calories at all, and it's going to be accompanied by my trusty Coke Zero. So the macros for this meal are as follows. I'll show you the screen. So we're at 463 calories, 62 carbs, 7 fat, 44 protein, and 10 fiber. So I'm going to be thoroughly pumped to kick into this. I'll get chomping, and I will catch you guys for meal 4 being the best meal of the day, dessert. Meal 3, dinner time. So you can see here some amazing macros for this huge pan full of goodness. I'm absolutely loving using my Nutribullet at the moment. It's so versatile for making smoothies and homemade sauces and all that sort of stuff. And guys, don't fear using stuff from a jar. Obviously, yes, it's not, you know, necessarily fresh and whatever, but hey, it's someone else that's mastered making a wicked sauce, and in this case Dolmio. They know what is up. They know how to make a kick-ass sauce. Hey, if it's good enough for my dog, who you'll see at the end just having a nice little mung and lick on the pan, you know, it's good enough for me. I'm all about that flavor, and obviously the idea here is how can I eat as much as possible to stay full for minimal calories, and that way obviously saving a decent hunk of calories and macros for dessert later on, which is usually how I like to roll when eating for fat loss. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Rightio, here we are. It is about 8:10, I think it is, or 8:05. Last meal of the day, meal 4, and it is dessert. So I'm going to flip you around so you can see what we've got on for tonight. So I already finished up a nice little bowl of Fruit Loops. They were tip top. Now what I've got here is a nice little mixture of basically 8 scoops of PB2, about 20 grams of MyProtein pancake mix with a bit of baking powder, and I stirred through some water, and then we've got this. I haven't bombed it in the microwave or anything. This is just a sort of cake batter sort of consistency. Then what I'm going to do is add in this this cookie dough. Then we're going to bomb it all in the microwave, and then add this on top. So as soon as I click my fingers, 1, 2, 3, we'll see all of this in here, looking all spick and span, ready for this ice cream. 1, 2, 3. There we go, look at that. So it's come fresh out of the microwave. I'll put that in for a minute, and here it is, all ready to rock and roll. So what I'm going to do now is literally just flip this on top. Oh, look at that. Maybe bombing a bit of this Walden Farms pancake syrup on top. There we go, look at that. Oh.
And there we have it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to be munging away on this dessert and finish up my day strong. Please, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for all sorts of new videos that will be coming up live on the Boss Fitness channel. Angus signing out. Be real, be the boss.